Welcome to another episode of CodeSync. Till now, we created a new React application and also created a design and functionality for create and listing the contact. Hereafter, we can focus on the edit and delete part of the contact from the list. For this, we are going to use one more package to identify the unique elements. Go to the browser and type uuid npm. Click on the first link and you can see this, right? If you scroll down, we can see the import and it will help us to create an unique ID. Just copy the npm install uuid and go back to your code and open the terminal and paste that and click enter. It will take some time. Once this is installed, and go back to the browser and go to the bottom and copy the import and paste it in the top of the app.js, and also copy this function and you can add one more key in the object and you can use this function to generate the id. And also we need to add the unique id when we are creating the contact, so that it will be helpful on edit and delete. We can monitor the contact state, whether the id is added in the state or not. We can create a contact and validate whether the ID is generated for the particular contact. Expand the object. Yeah, we can see the ID, right, for the new added record. Now we can add a delete and edit function. Now we can add this handle delete contact in the delete icon. We can pass this delete function into the contact list as a props. Now we can go back to the list.js and also can get the function. We can add the on-click event into the trash icon, and we can add the function which we get it from the props. and we can pass the id of the particular record into that function which we generated from the uuid. Now we can go back to the browser and test the delete functionality. Yes, now we are able to delete the record, and we can see the only one record, right? So delete works fine. Now we can start implementing the edit contact feature, so that we can go back to create.js. We can do one more thing. We can clear the form data when we are clicking the cancel button, so that we can add an on click event in the cancel button, and then we can clear the form data. And also we can map the value from form data in each input, so that we can manipulate the value of the input. And we can go back to the browser and we can check whether we're able to clear the form data when we are clicking the cancel button. Now we're able to clear the form data, right? Hereafter we can more focus on the edit contacts, so that we can go back to the code. Here we can add one more state to store the edit data. Next, we are going to create a function that helps us to, whenever clicking on the edit icon, that should map the value of the current record into the edit form, so that we can modify the existing record. Now we can pass this function to the contact list component as a props. Now we can go back to the contact list component, and we can get the function which is passed from the parent component as a props, and we can add an on click event in the edit icon. Here we can map the function, and also we can pass the entire value of the row inside the function. When we click on the edit icon in the UI, this handle edit contact function will trigger and update the value in the edit data, and we can pass this edit data into the create contact component as a props, and we can map this edit data value into the form data. Now we can map this edit data into the form. When there is any changes in the edit data, this useEffect will trigger. If there is any edit data, we are going to map this value into the form data. And if there is no edit data means we are going to map the initial form data. We are going to create an one more state variable to store the ID of the selected record. The code level changes has been done. Now we can go back to the browser and we can validate that. Click on the edit icon. We can see the values mapping, right? Now we can do some label changes. Now we can see the create contact, and if we click on the edit icon, that will be like edit contact and update button. So the label changes has been working fine. Now if we click on the update button, it will create the new contact record. because we didn't implement the update functionality. So that we can go back to the code in create.js file. In the handle submit function, we can pass the ID. If that is an edit form, then it should have the ID, and we can remodulate the handle submit function in the app.js. We can take one more parameter as an input from the function handle submit. Here, if the ID exists, then it should be an edit. If there is no ID, then it should be an create. Now we can update the updated contacts in the contact state, and we can go back to the browser and validate the create and edit flow, changing the email ID now, and clicking on the update, and yeah, it's reflected. And we can change the mobile number, and now click on the update button, and you can see the mobile number is updated, right? So here we implemented edit contact successfully. Till now, we successfully completed the listing and create and edit feature for the contacts. And hereafter, we are going to see the routing part. Please do like and share if you are liking this video, and please subscribe if you want more videos related to this.